When are we going to have a real conversation that school shootings are an imminent threat to our children? And in a city like Virginia Beach with 70,000 students, that 27 school resource officers over 90 campuses is not enough protection. When are we going to have a real conversation that we need to appropriately guard our children from the inherent dangers of a school shooting? Nothing that the General Assembly has done is going to make our children any more safe. The most dangerous place in America is an unprotected gun-free zone, and we send our kids to those zones every day. Last month, I proposed the Virginia Beach Safe School program. There are no laws that have been produced or prepared that are going to make our kids more safe. Until we recognize how dangerous it is for our kids to go to school every day, we are not going to find solutions by criminalizing law-abiding gun owners. Since 2000, we have lost almost 300 children in school-related shootings, and more than 600 were wounded. Thousands of others are traumatized for life because of what happened in their schools. Last night, a parent had to be escorted out of the State of the Union who was a Parkland parent of a child who was killed during that massacre. When are we going to have a real conversation about how to change things? In Parkland, the incident lasted about 5 minutes, and in those 5 minutes, 17 children were killed and 17 children were wounded by a classmate of their school. What could have changed the outcome in Parkland? And the answer is quite simple. If there had been armed security in that building that could have responded to the first gunshot, a different outcome would have happened. While loss of life would still have occurred, the amount of people that were killed and injured would have dramatically been reduced if the shooter had been neutralized as soon as the first shot occurred. After the 5 minutes of shooting in Parkland, the shooter put his gun down and walked out with the other classmates. He was not stopped by law enforcement. He literally just put his gun down and walked out. We cannot have schools unprotected. Every school in Virginia Beach has a safety response team. My plan is to put that team through a sheriff's academy and graduate them as auxiliary sheriff deputies. This would allow them to be legally armed inside of the school system. In addition, I've proposed hiring 270 retired police officers to assist in guarding the schools. This would raise people in the schools that could respond to a school shooting from 27 of over 90 campuses to almost 1,200 over 90 campuses. In a high school, that would increase people that could respond to an active shooting from 1 person to over 12. When you ask, are our kids more safe or less safe? You have to ask the question that when a school shooter comes through the door, when he's breached all of the security protocols, and he is hell-bent on causing chaos and pandemonium in the school, what are we going to do? Who is going to respond? That is what we have to start asking. Until we are ready to have those conversations and those solutions, making superficial laws that affect law-abiding citizens is not going to make our kids more safe. In Parkland, there was one security officer who ran away when the gunshots started happening. He failed those students. Likewise, our politicians are failing us. There is no perfect solution on how to fix school shootings, but what is happening now is unacceptable. Our children are unprotected, and there needs to be engagement with our local leaders to properly protect our kids. I encourage you to engage your government, to engage your school board and your city council and board of supervisors on how to make our children more safe. We have seen that the Democrats are not going to do anything that is going to materially affect the safety of our children, so it is up to us to act at the local level. You can engage Virginia Beach with me if you live there, or if you live in another district, you must engage your school boards with a plan that is similar to mine to get them to start having the conversation about how to properly protect our children. It is outrageous that in the times that we live in the backdrops of incidences like Parkland, that we do not do more to protect the safety of our children going to school every day. My name's Tim Anderson. Thanks for watching.